Okay, this was the question. The probability that you are late for class is 0.2. The probability that your teacher is late for class is 0.1. Calculate the probability that at least one of you is late for class. Okay, so we need to set up a tree diagram in order to look at all the different possible probabilities that this situation holds. Okay. First of all, the first probability we're looking at is you. Okay, what's the situation here? Either you are late or you are on time. Okay, the two answers together are going to add up to 100% of the possibilities of what you are going to do. You're either going to be late or you're going to be on time. So if there's a 0.2 chance of you being late, you're going to fill that on your tree diagram on this arm over here, which is your late arm. Now, if there's a 100% chance of you either being late or on time, if 0.2 is your late, then 100 or 1 whole minus 0.2 is giving you the balance, which is leaving you with your on-time probability. And that's giving you 0.8 over there, okay? Then the next branches of your tree diagram is what's happening to your teacher, all right? In the case of your teacher, there's a 0.1 chance of your teacher being late, all right? So we're going to say 0.1 for your teacher being late. And the balance of that, 1 whole take away 0.1 is going to leave you with 0.9 of her being on time, okay? And same over here, the option of her being late was 0.1 and of 0.9 being on time, okay? So before we actually answer the question that was being asked, let's just look through all the different options here and the probabilities of the different scenarios occurring. What's the probability of you being late and your teacher being late? Well, this is how we work it out. We take 0.2 multiplied by 0.1, okay? The answer to that giving us 0.02 probability that you are both late for class. The probability that you are late but your teacher is on time, okay? So you're still looking at you being late, but now we're looking at the branch where the teacher is on time. That is giving us the calculation of 0.2 multiplied by 0.9, okay? That is giving us 0.18. Still a very low probability of that actually occurring. The probability does exist, but very, very low, very unlikely to occur. Right, now we're looking at the probability of you being on time and your teacher being late. All right, what's the probability of that happening? Well, you being on time was 0.8 and your teacher being late was 0.1, okay? So when we work that out, that's going to give us 0.08 as a total. And finally, the probability that you are both on time. Okay, well, this is the one with the highest likelihood of occurring, where 0.8 is your probability of being on time and 0.9 your teacher's, so therefore giving you 0.72. Okay, very likely that this will occur. And how do I know that that's very likely? Because it's a value that is much, much closer to 1 whole. The closer it gets to 1, the more likely it is that something will occur. Something to check when you're doing a tree diagram. Once you have got the solution or the probability for each one of those scenarios, you must add them up, okay? Because remember, the idea is that there is a definite 100% chance of one of those scenarios occurring, all right? So therefore, the sum or the total of all of those probabilities should add up to a total of 1, all right? And if you take out your calculator and you add 0.02 plus 0.18 plus 0.08 and 0.72, you will find that that actually gives you a total of 1 whole. And that just helps you to just double check that you're on the right track, okay? Now the question that's being asked is, what is the probability that at least one of you is late for class? Well, let's look at the first scenario. 0.2 chance of you being late and 0.1 chance of your teacher being late. Yes, that would have been a case of at least, well, in that case, both of you were late for class, so that would fit within the description of that probability. If you are late but your teacher's on time, well, that would be one of the solutions we're looking for, because at least one of you were late for class. However, if you were on time but your teacher was late, still one of you are late for class. And the last scenario is that you are both on time, in which case we're not looking at that probability because neither of you are actually late for class at that stage. So the probability of at least one of you being late, all right, is going to be equal to the sum of those three probabilities. So 0.18 plus 0.08 plus 0.02. Okay, and those three add up to 0.28. So that is the probability of at least one of you being late for class. But there is another way to have a look at this, and let's consider it this way. The probability of at least one of you being late could be said to be the same as the probability of both of you not being on time, okay? Now, the probability of you both not being on time, there's only one situation where you were both on time, and that was this one over here, which was 0.72. So the probability of you both not being on time would be 100% of the solution, so 1 whole minus you both being on time. So therefore, the probability of you both not being on time is the same as 1 minus you both being on time, so therefore 1 minus 0.72, which also gets you to that 0.28. So as you can see, it is definitely answer B. That is the correct answer to that question, where 0.28 chance of you, at least one of you being late for class is the answer. All right. Go and check out the rest of the explanations and videos that we have on probability, as well as every other part of your syllabus on our website, which is www.keepitoncore.co.za, and we look forward to helping you more there. Well done.